And now, the worst streamer on the internet, Battery H.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to day 41 of 100 Days of Gaming. It's Battery H. I'm back and better than ever. For a change, it's the first day I've felt well in the past several. Really well enough to stream, so I hope you're all going to strap in for a ride that's going to take us into the depths of New Orleans. That's right, the city I call home. And it's in part because of this game that I call the city home. Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers. This is the 20th anniversary edition. This was originally a Sierra point-and-click adventure. And established itself in the RPG format of one of the breakout games in the horror/adventure genre. This game brings a lot of depth, brings a lot of the actual history of New Orleans together, and with of course some additional fiction and fantasy and all that wonderful stuff together in what was one of the best games of the era. And it went on to spawn two wonderful sequels, which unfortunately are not available at this point, with anything resembling a remotely modern PC system. But we're going to get started here in just a couple of minutes. But before we do, I wanted to say a couple things first, as always. This stream is supporting Extra Life. Extra Life is an organization that raises money for the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. 170 hospitals across North America. I am raising money for it. Get this one. Brace yourself, folks. Children's Hospital of New Orleans. That's right. The very hospital in the city this game is located in. So we're going to be doing that. We've raised $630 to date out of a goal of $1,337. So we're almost halfway there, guys. In 39 days, actually closer to 40, on November 5th, I will be doing a 25-hour marathon stream along with tens of thousands of other gamers, part of Extra Life, in support of these children's hospitals. We'd like to hit our goal by that date. If we do, I'll be shaving what's left of the hair on my head, since I lost my 26-year-old mustache last time. Pardon me. Still getting over that head cold, folks. Special thanks to Judgment Gaming, of which I belong. It's raised $815 to date. If you'd like to donate to my stream, well, first of all, if you like the stream today, please give us a follow. Click that little heart button. Click the subscribe button if you're watching this later on YouTube. If you like what you see and wish to make a donation to Extra Life, think this is worthy entertainment, worthy of a couple bucks. Every dollar counts. No donation is too small, and when I say every dollar goes to the kids, not a penny to overhead, not a penny to the administrative costs or anything like that. It all goes to helping kids with what the hospital needs for them. So you simply, if you're on Twitch, type in !Extra Life, or there's a link below. If you're watching this later on YouTube, it's in the description below is the link. Both those links will take you to my homepage, tell you a little bit about the hospital, a little bit about me, why I'm doing, some of the things I'm giving away, some of the things I'm going to be doing on Big Game Day, and then just click the link that says, donate or help me reach my fundraising goal. It'll be right up top. You can make your donation. It can be as little as $1. It really doesn't matter. Every single dollar goes to helping the kids. With that being said, special thanks again to RuthVin78, our latest follower. We're gonna get the big page up here. And as you can see up top, Martin Lingscog, $15 was our last donor. Let's get started with Gabriel. Oh, did I mention one of the reasons this game was such a success? The original voice cast, which unfortunately they could not bring back. The files were too corrupted, and there's some new content in the game as well. The original cast, Grace, was voiced by Leah Remini from King of Queens. You may have heard of her. Dr. John was voiced by Michael Dorn, Worf on Star Trek. Detective Mosley, a guy you might have heard of, done some voiceover work, known for acting in good roles. Mark Hamill. And Gabriel Knight, voiced by Tim Curry. I mean, how could you not have a winning cast with a winning game with a cast like that? Throw in the outstanding writing you're about to see. It's been 20 years since I played this game. Actually, 20 plus years. I'm going to be relearning it as well. I hope you guys are along for the ride. It's going to be a few days to play through this, but we are going to make it. Let's get started. Looks like we're going to start with credits. As a little bit of an aside, the bookstore is supposedly located on the corner of Bourbon and Demine Streets. There is actually a small grill located there, the Clover Grill, currently. So it is a real location, however, the store is not real. In case you're wondering, so Jason Victor, Amy Kelly, Sissy Jones is Grace Nakamura, Amy Ingersoll, Dave Benoit, Ned Clark. This was re-released here by by a studio created by the original writer of the game. Can we skip the cutscene? Really? Now I find that out. I dreamt of blood upon the shore and eyes that spoke of sin. The lake was smooth and deep and black, as was her scented skin.
I bet. Just a minute. It lives, I see. Do you want to speak with Lolita? I'm sorry, but Gabriel's allowed. Oh, I mean, he's out. You know, you could do better. I know I don't know you, but you could do better. Bye-bye.
Always nice to know our assistants
Good morning.
are big help.
you look like hell. Did you have another nightmare last night?
Yes, because having nightmares is what I do, apparently. 7th damn night in a row.
I told you, it's that voodoo book you're researching. That stuff can seriously screw with your karma.
Unfortunately, I don't think my readers would go for a horror novel about fluffy bunny rabbits. So voodoo it is.
You mean your reader? She lives in Wisconsin, doesn't she?
Bite me.
Hey, what goes on in your bed stays in your bed as far as I'm concerned. I have messages for you when you want them.
Okay, let me see if I can. Okay, the score shows your score. Points can be earned through key events, blah, blah, blah. Move the cursor around to find hot spots and or to move. Click once to walk and double click to teleport. You can interact with something or someone. The cursor will display a text level. Okay, F5 to open the save menu or F7 to open the load menu. So we have two, 5 and 7. Excellent. Talk hand to move, operate.
Today's newspaper is on the counter.
One should always start by reading the newspaper.
Times dated June 18th, 1993. The Aquarius horoscope says, potential storms ahead. Proceed with caution and do not get involved with anything new at this time.
Right.
All right, storms ahead. Okay.
Times dated June 18th. Potential storms ahead.
Right.
Voodoo murders terrify residents. No leads. Well, the victims are all out-of-towners. That's cold comfort to natives who have been locking their doors at night and leaving the once rollicking streets of the French Quarter deserted. The mayor has promised a swift resolution to this case, but so far neither the NOPD or the perpetrator seems to be listening. Imagine that. Alright.
The books on the table have been chosen for their special appeal. Recent fiction by the biggies. In other words, nothing written by Gabriel.
Cute gargoyle, eh? Life is too short to talk to ugly statues.
You never know it by the women you date.
Beginning to understand why this game,
The gargoyle has no function but sheer ugliness. Not unlike... Oh, never mind.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Do you have messages for me?
Your friend Detective Mosley called. Talkative, isn't he?
Especially with you. What did he want?
He told me to tell you that his mother's maiden name is Humphrey and that he left some photos for you at the station, at the front desk.
It's about time.
Let me guess. This has to do with the voodoo murders, right? Some kind of inside police information? Did you tell him you'd put him in your new book?
Maybe. A writer has a certain obligation to his readers, you know.
Gabriel, you know you'll never put him in your book. Your main character's a female orthodontist. You're gonna be reincarnated as a pit bull if you keep screwing with your karma.
As long as it's a male pit bull with a real head big.
That's enough, thanks.
Did you find any good voodoo resources for me?
The best in the city are supposedly the Dixieland Drugstore and the Historical Museum of Voodoo. Both are right here in the French Quarter.
How would I ever manage without you?
That'll give us 2 places to
You?
go.
Give me a break. The devil himself couldn't change you.
Well, if the devil had great legs, perhaps. Like yours.
And a riveting personality,
And a
I'm
riveting
sure. If you
personality.
need any more research done, just ask. It's not as though we're swamped with customers.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Just what I read in the papers, same as you.
What do you know about voodoo?
I didn't know much of anything about it until you started researching it for your book. Now I know that it's active in the city. There's that shop and museum. It can clearly be dangerous in the wrong hands. You should be careful investigating it.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
I've only been here 2 months, but I love it. It's so much more alive than any place I've been. It feels like anything's possible here.
This is true.
Tell me about yourself, Grace.
What do you want to know?
How do you like working at St. George's Books?
Well, it's not exactly a huge intellectual challenge. Although the math in your record books could confuse Einstein. Still, I love old books. And it's a nice way to pay the bills while I explore the city for a summer. If you ever pay me, that is.
How old are you?
Old enough to know about men like you.
What do you do after work?
I either go to my oil painting class or my Tai Chi. You know that.
You can go overboard with this improving yourself stuff. You don't want to alienate us mere mortals.
Oh, I suppose I should just allow my mind and body to atrophy.
Works for me. Just tell me anything at all.
I just got my master's in history and classics. My folks wanted me to go on right away for my PhD, but 18 years of school was enough. I needed a break.
How come we haven't gone out yet?
I'm still waiting around for that lobotomy. As soon as I get it, I'll let you know, okay?
Just tell me anything at all.
I came to New Orleans because I'd read so much about it. I thought spending a few months here would clear my head.
Nothing, I guess. Never mind.
Okay,
So, what's new, Grace?
Your use of mathematics, for one thing. These books are unbelievable.
What can I say? I refuse to be bound by
the
rules.
The strap marks on your bedpost speak otherwise.
Okay, maybe I should have mentioned this game is not for children.
Good coffee.
The box has Gabriel's name on it, written in his grandmother's handwriting.
Oh,
Gabriel's
Nana.
father's old sketchbook sits on the top. Gabriel looks fondly at his father's sketchbook and charcoal pencil. Images haunt the pages of Philip Knight's sketchbook, the way they must have haunted his mind. The images touch a deep chord in Gabriel, So familiar are they that he finds it hard to believe they aren't from his own subconscious.
I can go through the rest of that stuff some other time.
Several dozen books, including a few of Gabriel's novels, occupy the shelves above his desk. Gabriel doesn't feel like reading right now. It's Gabriel's bed, unmade as usual.
It's no use. I can't sleep.
The closet is loaded with white t-shirts. There's one black button-down for those fancy occasions.
Those fancy occasions, yes, you know that.
Gabriel's mini stereo isn't exactly high fidelity. Then again, neither is he. The typewriter is beginning to accumulate cobwebs.
Should I feel guilty? Nah.
The typewriter is too...
Can't. Writer's block.
The medicine cabinet contains a few old prescriptions, personal hygiene stuff, and
Lots
lots
of
of
hair
hair products.
Oh yeah, you know that. One can never have too much hair gel. Just
I'll
in
take
case.
this hair gel. You never
That's
know
right,
when you'll
you
need
never
a
know.
touch-up.
A poster on the wall advertises Mardi Gras, the biggest party of the year in New Orleans.
Let sleeping lions lie. I got that cheap at a garage sale. Always had a thing for lions.
That might be a tip-off, eh?
It's a book about the world of snakes.
Hey, that's interesting. Snakes can sense their prey by vibration.
Did you know that medieval legends about dragons and giant worms are actually based on snakes? You know, dragons, devils, sea monsters. They've always been associated with snakes.
Yep.
Grace, get a
Which
life.
we have a lot of down here.
A book of German poetry that once belonged.
Drei Drachen kriegen in meinen Schlaf. Die Seele wühlen sie, lebendig zum Fraß. Feurigen Atems, gespaltener Zunge, genießen sie jedes Mal.
That's nice. Kinda creepy, though. Who's the author?
Heinz Ritter. I'm not sure what it says, but I get the feeling this guy was one sick puppy.
Well,
Gabriel leafs through a German-English dictionary.
Besessen means possessed. That's handy to know. Drei Drachen, Folie.
Gabriel leafs
Mittag means midday.
alrighty.
3 snakes in a skull. Gabriel's father painted it.
What a wacky offbeat kind of guy Daddy was.
If you try to look down my shirt one more time, I'm leaving.
Just trying to refresh my memory.
I know what you're trying to refresh, and it isn't your memory. Get down.
Did I mention Gabriel was a bit of a cad?
Gracie's resume. She was way overqualified. And also the only person who applied. Those keychains were for a promo I tried once, before I realized it was hopeless. I practically own stock in these guys. The Blake Backlash series. My literary claim to fame, such as it is. I'm going to take the tweezers for a bit.
Good. You're beginning to look a bit scruffy.
Oh, good lord. No, I don't think it's for that.
Mind if I borrow the magnifying glass?
No, Sherlock. Just bring it back when we get the next estate shipment.
Well, we're gonna need all of those.
You can't take 2 steps down Bourbon Street without ending up with a strand of beads. Just a few self-help books. That one on top was a joke gift from Mosley.
Fear of commitment.
I forget where that came from, but seems like a nice place to visit.
Kind of like a German castle, huh?
That's from Gran. She likes to think it means someone's watching over me. I'm not so sure about that, but I don't have a heart to get rid of it. I always had a thing for St. George, the one who slew a dragon. Yeah, it's probably bigger than this little guy, though. Someone left those here after Mardi Gras. My spare motorcycle gloves. Someone left those here after Mardi Gras. Local interest piece on the store. It didn't garner the sympathy sales I was hoping for.
Sympathy sales. Okay.
The windows of St. George's Books overlook Bourbon Street. Gabriel plans to turn the balcony into a schmaltzy cafe if he ever gets the cash. The balcony floor needs work and is unsafe. Dramatic, isn't it? Gabriel didn't eat for 3 weeks after splurging on that coat. He has a thing for black leather. There's no point in magnifying the empty ashtray. Gabriel looks at the cash register, checking for cobwebs.
I know what's in it, and the answer's gonna be next to nada.
Gabriel opens the cash register to examine the take, or in the case of St. George's Books, the mistake. The cash register contains about $20 in small bills and change. Grace's coat is a simple but classic trench coat. Gabriel hates people with good taste.
Well, let's go see who's out there, shall we?
I've got some things I need to do.
Good luck.
Those motorcycles belong to the precinct. They're not nearly as cool as Gabriel's bike. The police station is in a classic French Quarter building. Interesting design for a trash can. Must have been on sale at Cops R Us. A portrait of the Narlands Chief of Police, a fine, upstanding citizen.
They're all
In
fine.
other words, nothing like Gabriel.
How did I know that the words "nothing like Gabriel" were going to come into that?
Got a second, officer?
What can I do you for?
I'm here to see Detective Mosley.
He's out at a crime scene. Sorry.
I was supposed to pick up some photos from Detective Mosley at the front desk.
Is that right? And who are you?
My name is Knight. Gabriel Knight.
Yeah, I got something for you, all right. Soon as you're done talking, I'll give it to you.
Where's the crime scene? Is it related to the voodoo murders?
Crime scene information is police confidential. We don't need any more looky-loos than are probably already there.
What can you tell me about Narlands?
I'll tell you, I'm glad as hell it's not Mardi Gras. If it weren't for that 1 month a year, being a cop in Narlands would be a real pleasure. As it is, I'd rather stick behind this desk.
What do you know about voodoo?
Me? Nothing. I'm a Catholic boy.
Tell me about yourself.
Who, me? I'm the desk sergeant, Frick. Why?
Frick?
That's right. You got a problem with that?
Not at all. What can you tell me about the voodoo murders?
I'm not allowed to give out information on police cases.
Hey, nice precinct.
Think so, huh? That's peachy. That means more to me than you could know.
What can you tell me about...
Best food in the world.
You betcha.
You can get it right here in Narlands. Beignets, good Cajun coffee. Yep, a man can die happy in this city.
It's practically guaranteed. Tell me about yourself.
You see that front door?
Yeah?
Well, I watch people come in. See this book?
Yeah?
Well, I write people's names in it, see? People that bother me. Want me to put your name in this book?
Oh, I think not.
That's what I thought. Here's that envelope for you, Gabriel Knight.
Thanks. Hey.
Hey,
Gabriel can't do that from the front lobby.
no one goes back there until I say so, mister.
Okay.
Sorry.
Gabriel opens the manila envelope and finds 2 photographs. The photograph of Mosley was apparently taken upon his graduation from the police academy. He had hair then. The photograph of Mosley was apparently taken upon his graduation from the police. One of the photos from Mosley is an official Voodoo Murders crime scene shot, a graphic close-up of a victim. One of the photos from Mosley is an official Voodoo Murders crime scene shot, a
Probably shouldn't do this, but
Does this mean anything to you?
Hey, where'd you get that?
Nowhere.
Well, you shouldn't have that. Put it away before I decide to keep it.
Yes, sir.
A uniformed officer of the It's another municipal building, but not one Gabriel has any interest in.
That window leads to Mosley's office.
If Gabriel wants to talk to Mosley, he can go in through the front door.
The sign says the overlook's closed for repairs until June 21st.
That jazz band is pretty good. Of course, most jazz bands in New Orleans are. People seem to be enjoying the park, despite the lack of sunshine. A wrought iron fence surrounds the Jackson State.
You white-faced geek, you want to eat my fist?
A lone drummer beats out a haunting rhythm on a large African drum.
Hey there, nice beat. I dig it.
The drummer does not respond.
I didn't want to go to the cathedral. But yes, this cathedral is really there.
The chancel of St. Louis Cathedral consists of a raised dais, an altar, 2 pedestals, and a choir area. A bronze statue of Andrew
You white-faced geek, you want to eat my fist?
He will follow you. I know what I can do. Nope, too far away. Near too many other people.
We're gonna need an ambulance.
You white-faced geek, you want to eat my fist?
Well, I never! Leave me alone, you man!
Dang it, he keeps going to other people.
You white-faced geek, you want to eat my fist?
No, come on.
Knock it off, you, before I shove this washboard down your throat.
A bronze stat.
No, 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 not the lady.
Well, I never! Leave me alone, you man!
I remember needing to get this guy to follow me. This was one of those toughy little stuff that was hard to do. Damn it. I need to drag him over to the police
Well,
officer.
I never! Leave me alone, you man!
Damn it, she's gonna get in the way. He's gonna follow her.
Well, I never! Leave me alone, you
Man, yeah, I know.
I would if I had enough time to do it properly.
Oh, are you kidding me? I finally had him there. Oh, this is going to be a pain in the... don't follow. This was the problem. The biggest problem with these games was the fact that, frankly, it was difficult to get them to
You
do what
white-faced
wanted them to
geek, you want to eat my fist?
do. It was some very impossible pathing puzzle.
Anyone seen Joe?
No, no, no!
Well, I never. Leave me alone, you man.
This is frustrating.
Since Gabriel can't read,
Do not look at the... There it was.
Well,
Good day,
I never.
officer.
Leave
Yeah,
me
you
alone,
too.
you
Keep moving.
You man.
The homicide team, please attending.
Yeah, I know. I gotta hear it.
it's one of those.
And he goes off to visit the woman again.
Well, I never. Leave me alone, you man.
I may not get through day one today, folks. Oh.
Knock it off, you, before I shove this washboard down your throat.
You white-faced geek, you want to eat my fist?
I need to get him over there so I can use the radio to find out where Mosley is. Come on. And the idiot keeps running off. Alright.
Well, I never. Leave me alone, you man.
Knight. Gabriel Knight.
It's one of.
And off he walks again.
Knock it off,
can't take him
you,
the other
before
way.
I shove this washboard down your throat.
Nope.
You white-faced geek, you want to eat my fist?
We're gonna give this another try or two, then we're gonna do something else and see if we can come back to it. Oh, he had to follow her.
Well, I never. Leave me alone, you man.
Homicide team, please attending.
Come on. No! Are you kidding me?
Homicide team,
You
please
white-faced geek, you want to eat my fist?
No. Yeah, I know. If only I could get the mime to do what he's supposed to do. I'm not even gonna bother trying to take him by now. Because he's gonna pick up on her, because she'll be closer. Come on, come on, come on! No, you stupid son of a mime!
Well, I never. Leave me alone, you man.
Isn't this riveting entertainment, guys? It's hard to believe that this was what we considered the pinnacle of gaming back 20 years ago. But that's because it was difficult. It wasn't just hack and slash combat. No, no, don't follow the idiot.
You white-faced geek, you want to eat my fist?
Cajun band. Inventive as always with the...
There we go.
Hey, cut that out. I told you to stop that. All right, mister, you want some of this? Why, you little...
A police officer is either up. Gabriel picks up the headset and listens.
Ambulance 91, have you located the crime scene? They've radioed for you 3 times. Did you say it was north of the Lake Retreat Country Club? South. Lakeside Drive, north of the Piedmont Pier, south of the Country Club. Man, I don't know if it's the clouds out here today or what. Good thing this guy's already dead. Everyone's having trouble. Must have been hallucinogens in the coffee this morning. It's just so misty out here or something. Hey, I see a squad car. I got it, Molly. Thank God. Have a good one, 91.
Interesting.
Hey, you, get away from that bike.
You white-faced geek, you want to eat my
Sorry.
fist?
The Dixieland drugstore is closed until tomorrow morning.
Hey, Mostly.
Huh? Knight, you wiener, I told you not to call me that.
Feeling jumpy?
Who, me? Don't be stupid. How'd you find me?
Oh, I was just driving by.
Uh-huh. Well, I guess I can let you see it for the book, but don't tell anyone, huh? Definitely another voodoo murder. Same MO and no freaking clues. We're still waiting on an ID for the body.
Oh, that's disgusting. Isn't this a rather public area for this kind of thing?
Yeah, they're freaking ghosts, these guys. Lakeshore Drive isn't exactly the 10 expressway, but it is open to the public. No reports and nothing. Now, who the hell is that?
Well, hello.
Good day, Miss Getty.
What's going on, officer?
Detective Mosley, ma'am. We got a little problem here, but nothing for you to be concerned about.
I see. Thank you, detective. And good day, gentlemen.
I'm in love.
Forget it. That's Molly a Getty. She's about as far out of your reach as the moon.
Oh, you
Probably
never
on her
know.
way to meet some guy with a yacht right now.
Near here?
The lake's a popular place for country clubs.
If she's out here a lot, maybe she saw something or heard something.
Nah, nobody ever sees or hears nothing. I told you. Besides, you just don't go around bothering people like her.
We've about wrapped it up, sir.
Well, let's get the meat wagon moving then. Stick around and take notes for the book if you want. Watch out for the muck and the water moccasins, though. If you want to talk, I'll be at the station tomorrow.
Thanks. That's a lot of blood.
That doesn't work that way. There's nothing worth magnifying.
No, I've got no way to take that with me, and I don't want to.
There's a pattern to the lines in the sand, but only one small area is clearly defined.
try to copy this down.
Pointage.
Looks like there was something here. I should take a closer look.
As he walks right over the top of it.
The magnifying glass is an expensive. The marks are actually deep indentations in a regular mesh pattern. The marks. It looks like a scale of some sort. Gabriel carefully uses the tweezers to take the small, iridescent scale.
I think it's a snake scale, but it beats the hell out of me what kind.
Good thing we have a book about snakes back in the set.
The banks of Lake Pontchartrain are rich with clay deposits.
I'll take some of this clay with me.
That doesn't work that way. Lakeshore Drive runs around the entire lake. This is a particularly lonely stretch, but it's still a public road. Lake Pontchartrain is impressive. It measures 24 miles across and stretches as far as the eye can see.
Actually, considerably more than 24 miles apart, across at its widest point. The bridge, the causeway, goes about 24 miles. But that's at a fairly narrow point.
Lake Pontchartrain is scenic, but you really wouldn't want to swim in it.
Nope, between the alligators and the bull sharks, you definitely would not want to swim in it.
Gabriel is on the sand and clay shores of Lake Pontchartrain. That doesn't seem to...
Hey, Grace, here I am.
Oh boy, party time.
maybe not. Let's go to the Voodoo Museum, shall we?
I'll be back later.
Have fun.
Unless you think I can get into the, No. Should I ask Grace if there were any more books about snakes? That's what you need to do, I think.
Hey, Grace, here I am.
Oh boy, party time.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Do you know anything about snakes?
Doing a family tree, Gabriel?
Very funny. I mean real snakes, you know, scaly, cold-blooded. I would have thought you'd find them empathetic.
Mm-hmm. I know very little about reptiles of any kind and prefer to keep it that way. I think there's a book on snakes around here somewhere, though.
Okay, thanks. Do you have messages for me?
You got a call from someone named Wolfgang Ritter. He was calling from Germany. He told me it was urgent. Maybe you should give him a call.
Call Germany? Like hell. If it's really important, he'll call back.
Well, fine. Let's just hope he's not with the German lottery for pitiful American authors.
Could you do some research for me?
Sure, what?
Could you see what you can find out about a woman named Malia Getty?
The name Getty sounds familiar. What's your interest in her?
Oh, just, you know, stuff about the voodoo murders.
Address, phone number.
Mm-hmm. The murders, right. I'll see what I can find out. Well, it's about closing time.
So it is. Good night, Gracie.
Good night, Gabriel. And try not to dream, okay?
Optimistic day one complete. What do we dream about? I wonder, wonder, wonder. Lion and the dragon intertwined. But that's my shop. Day 2. The mask I wore as I approached, I was what I am not, and through its pattern was unclear, its meaning could be bought. Guess what, folks? Day 2, tomorrow.
Good morning. Don't you look swell today? Actually, swollen. So have some. There's a fresh pot on the table. Seriously, you look like hell. Your hair is sticking straight up like a... Oh, it always does that. Never mind.
Ha ha.
Did you dream about the fire and the hanged guy and that lion thing last night?
Leopard, not lion. Did you get anything on Malia Getty?
Well, I did get her address, but you're a little out of your league here, big fella. The Gettys own 3 local hospitals, just to name a few of their assets. They run in very high circles.
Did you get an address?
I got the address. I suppose this has nothing to do with the fact that Malia Getty is incredibly gorgeous. I should have known you wouldn't go for a rich, ugly socialite.
And that address is?
Hey, far be it from me to postpone your total humiliation. It's 557 West Ingram. That's the Garden District, Estate City.
That's all I wanted to know. And yes, my dear, Malia Getty is the most dangerous-looking diversion I have ever seen. Ouch.
Ugh, men.
And that, my friends, is going to be it for the first night of Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers. I'd like to thank everybody for coming along and making it such a success. We managed to get past the mime, which is something that obviously I struggled with. I distinctly remember struggling with it too, and this comes to mind that I had a heck of a time doing it before. I do remember that little bit. Getting the mime over there was something we needed to do. We will be back tomorrow night at 7:30 for day 2 of Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers. If you're watching live, thank you very much for stopping by. If you're watching later on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Please consider giving us a follow or subscribing, as is the case. And please do consider a donation to Extra Life. It really is the reason we're here, and we're trying to raise money to help the sick and injured kids. I am for New Orleans. They're Extra Lifers across the country, across North America. We're raising money for their local hospitals. If you can't patronize me, please consider finding a streamer or possibly even joining Extra Life yourself. www.extra-life.org. Go there. You can sign up. It takes 10 minutes. It's absolutely free if you want the base membership. For $15, you become a platinum member. Get all kinds of swag for hitting certain donation levels. It's a lot of fun. We have a great time. And most importantly, it's for an awesome cause. With that, have a good night. I'll see you all tomorrow.
If you've enjoyed the stream, despite the awful host, please consider a donation to Extra Life. Thank you for watching.